Well, Chris Gervino, he's got a lot to talk about in Sports Extra. And Chris, my alma mater is a big piece of your show tonight.
That's right. And
Go Bruins.
I know, you're talking high school. We've got all sorts of stuff, Emily. Missouri softball coach Larissa Anderson experienced her first SEC series as the Tigers visited 5th-ranked Alabama. Here's a story Emily's certainly interested in, a friendship driven by basketball. Two Rockbridge Bruins and their story on and off the court. And like father, like daughter, how a Mizzou basketball recruit is following in her father's footsteps. All this and more coming up now on Sports Extra. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being with us tonight. A really big show coming up. Ed Sullivan said that once upon a time. Really big show, but a lot of you don't know Ed Sullivan because he was a long time ago. But I remember him. Anyway, let's move along to here and now. The Missouri softball team took the diamond this afternoon, trying to avoid a sweep in Larissa Anderson's first SEC series as Tiger head coach. But 5th-ranked Alabama had home field advantage and a perfect 24-0 record. In fact, the Crimson Tide, the only remaining unbeaten team in the country. So good luck, Coach Anderson. Your first series at Alabama. Tigers had struggled, too. Dropped the first two. Missouri led 2-1 in the first, but not for long. Bailey Hempfield hooks it down the left field line. Two-run homer, her 11th of the year. Bama up 3-2. Then came the second inning. Bama loaded the bases. Reagan Dykes, grand slam home run, extending the lead to 9-2. Once again, the Tiger pitching will be a big question mark for this ball club as it was last year. So Missouri down big, 9-2. Fourth inning, Tigers get some help from Bama. I mean, the Crimson Tide, for an unbeaten team, did not exactly field well. Error after error in this game allowed Missouri to get back in at 9-5, but then came the Bama bats again. Claire Jenkins jolts one to center. That extends the lead. 5 different Bama players homered. Alabama outslugs Missouri 11-5 for a sweep to begin SEC play. The Missouri baseball team home in non-conference play. Maybe they're looking to stay warm there on a cold, windy day. And going for a 3-game sweep with the Northwestern Wildcats from the Big Ten. Tyler LaPlante on the mound, trouble early. Sacrifice fly from Alex Arrow. Jake Dunn tags and scores. Northwestern up early in the first. Mizzou responds the bottom half of the inning, and there it goes. Tony Ortiz, a 3-run homer, gives Missouri a 4-2 lead. Ortiz had 3 home runs in this series this weekend. Wildcats tied it up at 4, but the Tigers answer back. Pinch hitter Austin James. Now there's a job by the pinch hitter. Hits a home run. Well done. Good call, Steve Beezer. Good execution, Austin James. Tigers get a sweep. They're unbeaten at home in this season, winning over Northwestern 9-4, and they sure do dance well during the 7th inning stretch. Even the fans dance out there. I think they're trying to stay warm. The fate of the Missouri women's basketball team now in the hands of the NCAA selection committee. Oh, the Tigers are certainly in line for a bid to the national tournament. They just got to find out all the particulars. They'll find that out a week from Monday, Selection Monday on the 18th. And despite a loss to Mississippi State in the semifinals of the SEC tournament, history made for Mizzou. The mayor, Sophie Cunningham, passed Joni Davis with an early basket in the ball game to become the Tigers' all-time leading scorer. She scored 33 points, a season high. Still, though, not enough for Missouri to top the Bulldogs, who beat Arkansas away to win the SEC tournament. Cunningham's career point total at Missouri now 2,157. Again, the Tigers learn their tournament draw nationally a week from tomorrow. It's a Selection Monday for the women, the men a day earlier, Selection Sunday. Saturday was senior day for the Missouri men's basketball team, and KOMU 8's Ethan Burks explains what it meant to the 4 Tiger seniors.
For seniors Kevin Purrier, Jordan Geist, Adam Wolf, and Cullen Van Leer, this was their last time in front of the fans at Mizzou Arena.
I mean, it's crazy to think about. Surreal, honestly. I played my last game on that floor, but just everything that I've taken away from this school. I mean, the school has just given me so much, and I'm extremely grateful for it.
Introduced as Mizzou's ultimate true son and 4-year Ironman, Purrier has started 116 games for the Tigers, which ranks 5th in program history. He's also 28th on the Mizzou scoring list at over 1,200 points. Purrier said he's proud of what he's accomplished on the court, but it's not what he'll remember most. It's his teammates.
The relationships, I mean, that goes a long way. I'm never going to forget that as long as I live, and I feel like, especially the senior group we have, I mean, we're going to be friends until the day we die.
Another one of those seniors is Jordan Geist. After being part of last year's success in making the NCAA tournament, Geist had higher expectations for his senior year. The Tigers did hold their own in the non-conference, going 9-3, but a tough SEC schedule eventually caught up to them.
I'm just extremely proud of all the guys and how much effort and work they put in, because they could have quit, they could have gave up, started focusing on next year, but we're still focused on this year, just trying to achieve our goals.
Geist and Puryear will have one last chance to play together in this week's SEC tournament. The Tigers will be heavy underdogs sitting at the 12 seed, but anything can happen in March.
Ethan, thank you very much. And Missouri will at least be favored certainly Wednesday night against Georgia in Nashville. Tigers seeded 12th, Bulldogs 13th. The Tigers beat the Dogs by 25 points in Athens, Georgia, just 4 nights ago. Well, it is time now to ask you our Sports Extra trivia question. We think this is a fun one. The Vanderbilt men's basketball team just completed a winless SEC season, 0-18 in conference games. They didn't have fun with it, but it got us to thinking and now asking, prior to these 2019 Vanderbilt Commodores, what was the last SEC men's basketball team to go winless in conference play? Do you know? We'll have the answer later in our show.
From the Ford Sports Desk, Sports Extra with Chris Gervino is brought to you by Columbia Appliance, Columbia's volume Whirlpool dealer. U.S. Cellular, hello better. And Menards, save big money on all your home improvement needs.
Friday, crispy bacon, brioche bun. The brunch burger's a win because now I can have brunch whenever I want.
It's a real brunch of champions.
Oh, you referring to these old things?
No, I was referring to the burger.
Sonic's Brunch Burger or quarter-pound double cheeseburger and tots for $2.99. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
It might be easy for you to live in a house and lie to your family, but I can't. Is that a threat?
To believe in you, what I need from you is something that you can't get.
Everything okay? No, it's not okay.
Are you really trying to start something? Everything's gonna be different now, ain't it?
All American, all new this Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on the CW.
The judgment-free zone is where you belong, and it's just $1 down and then $10 a month. It's where you can be you for $1 down and then $10 a month. Plenty of machines, plenty of space, and plenty of good vibes for just $1 down and then $10 a month. Because everyone can use a little love. Join now in-club or online at planetfitness.com.
Join Planet Fitness for only $1 down with no commitment now through March 13th.
Here at DDS Dentures and Implant Solutions, our philosophy is delight the patient. Maybe you need same-day extractions and dentures from our in-house lab. Maybe you've come in for your free exam and x-ray. Or maybe you're here to take advantage of our low price guarantee. No matter why you are here, making sure you have the best possible experience is our goal at DDS Dentures and Implant Solutions. We delight the patient.
Sonic's Double Stuffed Oreo Waffle Cone. Made from Oreo wafers. Layered with sweet Oreo cream, real ice cream, and Oreo cookie pieces. Talk about Oreo overload. Try one before they're gone. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
Welcome back, everyone. For two Rockbridge basketball players, a bond and friendship goes beyond measure. KOMU 8's Ethan Illers tells us more about a brotherhood on and off the court.
For Jamonta Black and Isaiah Mosley, a handshake is much more than a pregame ritual. It's a symbol of brotherhood that started way back in 7th grade. A brotherhood so strong, distance couldn't break. After his freshman year, Black's family moved, and due to zoning lines, he would have had to attend Battle High School. Rather than play against his teammates, he chose to make a sacrifice. Move in with a family friend so he could stay at Rockbridge.
He just has really... He's just been great to have. It's been one of my greatest blessings in my life.
I knew her, but I didn't know her. So when I moved in, it was just new for me. I just wanted to be the best kid I could be for.
With the team still intact, the Rockbridge Gym has been the place to be this season.
I don't think nobody can do it better than us. We all we do the same things, you know. We just combine so well together.
And they behave like typical kids off the court.
We're goofy.
Yeah, we wild off the court.
We goofy, you know, we love to have fun. We just mess with each other, you know. We're always smiling, like you can never be around us and not be happy.
But the competitive spirit still follows them.
Somebody can see Jamonte tying his shoe, he could be tying his, and we just look. And you already know, like it's on like everybody, you trying to hurry up and get it done real quick.
Right. You trying to race to see who tie their shoe faster, like we don't even care.
And then you'll argue for 5 minutes. I'm like, no, I got it done first. No, I did.
As for who the better basketball player is, the answer won't surprise you.
Definitely me.
No, me.
Nah, he know it's me. It's me.
Deep in his soul.
No.
But the journey hasn't been all smooth sailing. Last season, the Bruins fell in the state Final Four. Black recalls the scene all too well as he received the pass from Mosley and missed a three-pointer that would have sent the game to overtime.
In and out, just like that. I saw the ball go out the rim. He was on the floor. I helped him up. We walked to the locker room. We had our jerseys over our heads.
And a desire to win is even stronger.
That ring. We need that ring.
A year later, the Bruins are back for one final attempt. But win or lose, one thing is for certain.
Oh, we're going to be brothers for life, so I mean, we're going to stay in contact. It doesn't matter where it goes.
Brothers for life. On a quest for a championship, they'll remember for life. Ethan Illers, KOMU 8 Sports, Columbia.
Ethan, thank you. The Bruins have another shot at a state title. First, they play Lee's Summit North Friday for a spot in Saturday's state championship game. And then there are the Lady Jays of Jefferson City, the #1 team in the state. They play in the state girls Class 5 semifinals this week. Deep in their playoff run, they are led by Mizzou commit Micah Linthicum. KOMU8's Travis Breeze highlights her unique relationship with her dad, Larry.
Good D.
Larry Linthicum has been coaching his daughter Micah her whole life.
I know folks told me that you become a better coach the day you become a parent.
Working on fundamentals just in our little elementary school gym after school.
They've got some funny memories over the years.
I remember one winter specifically, the snow was super deep. We went out there and brought the snow shovel out there, and we worked on post moves for like 30 minutes or something, but it was, yeah, I still remember that because it was so cold.
I don't know whether she'd say that was a positive experience or not, but it's probably memorable because I'm thinking that it was cold.
While he doesn't officially coach her anymore.
No shot. He waved it off. Waved it off.
She's turned into quite the competitor, and this year she's surrounded by playmakers. The Jefferson City Lady Jays have dropped only one game in her final year and advanced to the Class 5 Final Four this weekend.
While you can always find Larry in the stands at Jefferson City rooting for Micah as a dad, sometimes he's watching her through a very different lens.
Oh my, you might hurt me. So who likes recess? Me. Everybody likes recess. Well, my name is Larry Linthicum, and I'm here to read to you guys, okay? And I work for the school.
Sometimes it's hard for Micah to remember that her dad is also the superintendent for Jeff City Public Schools.
Like if I see him up on a stage or something and he's got his sports jacket and everything on, it's like, oh, like I kind of forget that he has that kind of position.
Larry doesn't think her friends ever forget, though, because they're always asking about snow days.
You know, that's something that I think her friends think that she's got an in, or, you know, might get the early word on that.
Their time together in K through 12 education is coming to an end.
I think it'll definitely be bittersweet towards the end, but I think it'll just be so special just because he's been such a big influence just on my life, and not just as much basketball, but if anything more off the court.
But he won't have to go far to watch her play at the next level as she is following in his footsteps and playing at Mizzou.
It's one of those things that, you know, you dream of, and just because the great experiences that I had there, and so I'm just excited for her.
As a superintendent or a Tiger, he's still always there as a dad.
He's always still going to be my dad.
In Jefferson City, Travis Breeze, KOMU 8 Sports.
All right, Travis, thank you. Micah and the Lady Jays play in the Class 5 state semifinal game Friday at noon against Parkway Central in Springfield. We'll be there with the Lady Jays and the Bruins, of course, all weekend. Let's take another look as we head to break at our Sports Extra trivia question.
If you just have one shot with your personal injury case, choose a team who will fight for you.
The team that has won millions of dollars for their clients.
The team that goes to their clients, answering questions, working day and night.
Nobody has more selection than Joe Muckins Ford. Nobody offers more savings than Joe Muckins Ford. Nobody gives more for your trade than Joe Muckins Ford. Nobody comes close. Now's the best time to buy a truck at Joe Muckins Ford in Columbia and Jefferson City. Get the Ford F-150 with $14,000 in total savings. Selection, savings, service. Others say it, but Joe Muckins Ford doesn't. That's why they're the #1 dealer in the state and the #1 Ford dealer for 22 years. All roads lead to Joe Muckins Ford and JoeMuckinsFord.com.
Too many people my age depend on their looks to get by. I know that these looks are gonna fade, so that's why I get outside. Predictable. Carry's a 1. It's all about focus. And leverage. Being around trees helps me concentrate better. And it's a good thing, too, because this isn't gonna finish itself. Find out how trees can help kids achieve greatness, because at treeswork.org.
Peripheral artery disease was starving the blood flow to Julie's foot. Other facilities said that she'd probably wind up with a leg amputation. But the doctors and nurses at Boone Hospital Wound Healing Center wouldn't give up. They're working to save her leg and her quality of life with hyperbaric oxygen.
A sore that won't heal may require expert wound care. Contact Boone Hospital Wound Healing Center.
Thanks to Boone Hospital Wound Center, she's walking on the leg today.
Hospital Wound Healing Center.
Are you suffering from serious back or neck problems or pain from an auto injury? Dr. Kyle Bowers can help. The DRX 9000 has been proven to relieve pain from bulging and herniated discs, sciatica, and even failed back surgery. Pressure between discs is relieved, drawing water, oxygen, and nutrients to the damaged area. Contact Dr. Bowers today for a free consultation. DRX 9000 treatment is affordable and accepted by most insurance. Dr. Kyle Bowers, adjusting lives every day.
You plan for everything in life, except the only thing that's for certain. Is it time for a frank discussion with your loved ones about final arrangements? It pays to discuss the details and the price when your family's not under stress. At Bach-Yeager Funeral Chapel, we're not big and corporate. You'll deal directly with our owners. Whether it's a traditional service or a simple cremation, count on Bach-Yeager Funeral Chapel in Columbia, Carr Yeager Funeral Home in Fayette, and Marklin Yeager Funeral Home in New Franklin for personalized service with dignity, care, and respect.
The all-new 3-row Subaru Ascent. Room for up to 8 passengers. Choice of second-row captain's chairs or bench seating. Standard EyeSight driver assist technology. Coming from Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
Join us for the Subaru A Lot to Love event going on now.
Your truly locally owned dealer.
If you were injured in an accident, you only have one shot at real justice.
And if you only have one shot, you want the injury experts.
If you just have one shot with your personal injury case, choose a team who will fight for you.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Extra. And our guest tonight, we do welcome back his first appearance really as a guest, but this is Ben Wilson, former KOMU sports reporter, now, of course, famous for his radio work over on KTGR with Matt Michaels and the crew. Ben, it's good to see you. Welcome back to TV land, at least for a night.
Thank you, Chris. I feel like once upon a time I produced the show, and now here we are all these years later.
Look at you now. Full circle, right? Isn't that what they say?
Exactly.
Well, it's great to have you. You're doing a great job on the radio.
Appreciate that.
Enjoy your work. Lot to talk about in a short time. Let's start with hoops. It is the month of March. The madness is here. Let's start with the ladies. Sophie Cunningham, just remarkable run, all-time scoring leader. The women make it to the semifinals. They lose there, but we'll find out a week from this Monday, not Monday tomorrow, but a week from Monday the 18th, their destination, the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, it is amazing, and I just think back to, I remember Sophie Cunningham when she was in high school and covering her when she was actually kicking for the Rockbridge Bruins. So it is amazing that we've gotten to this point now. I think what the SEC tournament really proved is that this team has what it takes to make a run. There was definitely some question to that, Chris, because throughout the year it was a lot of 1 step forward, 2 steps back. You just felt like the team never really had its mojo. For instance, they won at Mississippi State, follow it up with a couple really disappointing losses. So this stretch from Robin Pinchton's team proved, look, they might not get a 4 seed. They're probably going to be on that 5 line. Even if they're at that spot, though, Chris, I think they still have what it takes to make a deep run, and they've proven they can knock off a 1 or a 2 seed.
And they've got one of the great players, certainly in the country and clearly in program history, but they do need help from the others and some consistency. A remarkable stat from the loss against a great Mississippi State team. The other 4 starters combined for 7 points total. I mean, that's hard to believe.
And you look at it in the games where they've had success is where Sophie has actually played second fiddle a lot of the time. For me, Sierra Porter, her coming back helped, and it's just an amazing story where we basically assumed she was done, and it was a sad story. Now all of a sudden it's amazing, and a couple of the games, even in the losses they had that were close, I mean, Sierra Porter really made the difference for this team, because with her and Amber Smith, you have that 1-2 punch in the post, and it really allows to space the floor, and you get Sophie more looks. It just helps everything go, and then when you get some of your outside shooters going, we've seen Haley Troop have a couple nice games, and you just end up feeling like with this team, when there's more options than just Sophie, it really makes it tough to defend the Tigers.
Right, and that would be the case for really any team, but especially Missouri's case. It'll be interesting. Tigers will not host in the NCAA tournament, but maybe with the right draw, they can get through that first weekend. They've been through 1 game, but not 2 games to advance beyond that first weekend. Okay, the men, probably more modest expectations realistically with a tougher season. Just the 5 conference wins below 500 overall. They're up Wednesday, very first game of the tournament against Georgia. They just walloped Georgia last Wednesday. What do you expect from the Tigers?
Well, you look at what just happened a week ago and how well they played. Georgia really feels like a team that's, as opposed to Missouri, who are young and out of it but still playing hard, Georgia have just felt like the opposite. The body language hasn't been great from Tom Crean's group. I think what for Missouri fans need to take away from this, though, is you look at the 3 freshmen on the floor and how good Javon Pickett looked early and how the other 2, Torrance Watson and Xavier Pinson, really struggled. And we all thought, was this how it would be? Would it be just one good freshman for the rest of the way and then the other 2 just struggling? And I think Missouri fans have gotten everything they could have hoped for, because the other 2, and we've seen this, Chris, the last few games. Torrance Watson is lighting it up from 3. Xavier Pinson the other day, even in a loss, still did some amazing things. We know about his ball handling skills, but you think both of those guys, you figured it would take him some time on the defensive end, Chris, but they've really stepped it up, and it's now transitioned into their offense. And so even though Javon Pickett's now banged up a little bit, and we don't know for sure if he'll play on Wednesday night, it really has made this, I think, a success overall for Missouri fans, because they've gotten the 3 cornerstones of the future of the program playing at a really high level. And I think that's all you can ask right now if you're Conzo Martin.
And don't forget Mark Smith back from injury. Drew Smith, the transfer, will be in their junior seasons next year. Jeremiah Tillman is junior season. So there's a real positive vibe, I think, going forward, even a difficult season with injuries and losses this time.
I think so, and the fact that you have some confidence coming into the end of the year. Let's keep in mind, too, Chris, I know it's easy to say, all right, we'll probably expect maybe a win, 1-0, but conference tournament season has been nuts so far. We've already seen a 4 seed in Gardner-Webb win a conference tournament, a 5 seed in the Missouri Valley win earlier in Bradley. So, yeah, you know, anything can happen. And in their draw, the top half could be wide open. I'm not saying they're going to make a huge run and win the thing, but, I mean, LSU at the top is in so much turmoil. They'd have to get past both Auburn and South Carolina, but you look at the bottom half, probably 3 of the weaker 3 or 4 teams are in the top half. So at least for Missouri, they're going to be in a close game, I feel like, with Auburn, assuming they get past Georgia.
Yeah, hopefully. Auburn's had their number the last 2 times, though, so even a close game would be something new and different. But they'll worry about that when they get there ahead of Georgia. All right, we've just got about 90 seconds left in the segment, but I want to definitely get to high school basketball. You've done a lot of great play-by-play work. Rockbridge boys, Jefferson City girls, both advanced to the state semifinals. Not a surprise if you follow them. I thought both teams were good enough to get there. Now the question is, can they bring home the trophy for a state title?
You know, for Jim Scanlon, he's been at it forever. I believe, you know, over 3 decades now. He's coached in almost 1,000 games at this point. Coach. And yeah, and they've been there so many times and have been so close. I think for them, they really feel like this is the year because they've tested themselves. Their non-conference schedule, the Rockbridge boys, was much tougher. They played McClure North, CBC, 2 of the top 5 teams in the state, Chris, early in the year. They lost both those games, but they were both within 5 or 6 points in those. So they really feel like this is the year. They crushed Kickapoo on Saturday, and they're you know, if you're talking about nerves, they didn't show it at all in the sectional and quarterfinal round. So I'd expect them at the very least to get to the state final because they're on the weaker half of the draw. And in the state final, they've been there. They've been in that Final Four experience. So I feel like it's a team with 3 Division I caliber players. It's not a team that's going to get rattled to me.
No, I think you're right with those 3 kids are really good. Mosley, Black, and Harris.
Right.
And then for the girls at Jefferson City, we know one player, Micah Linthicum, coming to Mizzou, and she's led that team to the state Final Four.
And they've been so good. They've been the top-ranked team in Class 5 all year, the Jeff City girls. They've had to go away from home. They've done a lot of travel this year, both the boys and girls over at Jeff City have. So I feel like for them, going down to Springfield, it's not something that really phases them at all, Chris. And I'd expect them, I mean, they have as good a shot as anybody in this area to take home a title.
Yeah, it'll be really exciting. We'll be there this weekend. Of course, the two biggest schools in our entire viewing area out there playing for state championships in hoops. Ben, thanks for your work and your time tonight.
Great to be back. Thank you.
You betcha. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
What makes Hardee's breakfast taste so great? We only use the best ingredients made by the best hands. I wonder what else those hands can do. Ooh, new coffee. Try our new coffee. Hardee's because it tastes better.
This Memorial Day weekend, enjoy a bike ride adventure at Peddler's Jamboree. As you ride along the Katy Trail State Park, stop at a handful of locations to enjoy live music and entertainment. The 30-mile bike ride ends with camping, live music, and activities for the whole family. If you're not up for the ride, passes are available for entry to trailside shows and for Kemper Park. Shuttle bus tickets are also available for Sunday morning. Passes are limited, so head to peddlersjamboree.com to purchase today.
A.W. Smith specializes in helping Mid-Missourians who've suffered serious injury or death, especially those who've been injured or killed by distracted drivers. Distracted drivers are now the leading cause of serious injuries on the nation's highways. By focusing solely on one area of law, A.W. Smith gets unmatched results. He's obtained some of the largest verdicts in the state to prove it. Hire a law firm with horsepower. A.W. Smith Law, protecting Mid-Missouri one case at a time.
Carpet Values in Kingdom City, the Midwest's largest Mill Direct wholesale flooring superstore, is throwing a giant store-wide inventory reduction sale. Save now on solid and engineered hardwood, waterproof luxury vinyl and plank, laminate, tile, plus a huge selection of area rugs, all at 100% first quality and backed by name brand manufacturers such as Mannington, Mohawk, and Shaw. Take it home today or have us install it for you. Just bring in your measurements. Carpet Values in Kingdom City. Huge inventory, low prices.
Hear what a patient has to say about regenerative stem cell therapy.
I spend a lot of time out of doors doing all kinds of activities. I injure myself by tending to overwork my muscles. I endure the pain for as long as possible. That's when I contact Blue Tail and Dr. Oliver. And the results of the procedures I've had is I have no elbow tendonitis. I have no pain in my knee. It works. It's allowed me to resume my daily activities without pain.
Blue Tail Medical Group. Call now and be pain-free.
What makes Hardee's breakfast taste so great? We only use the best ingredients made by the best hands. I wonder what else those hands can do. Ooh, new coffee. Try our new coffee. Hardee's because it tastes better.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. Time now to answer tonight's Sports Extra trivia question. Vanderbilt went 0-18 this season, winless in SEC play, so that got us to thinking prior to Vanderbilt, what was the last SEC men's basketball team to go winless in conference play? It's been a while. Georgia Tech, 0-14 in 1953-54. That was some 65 years ago. So long ago, Georgia Tech's no longer in the SEC, but it's been a member of the ACC now for many years. But Vandy has the dubious distinction now of going winless in men's conference basketball play. Speaking of men's conference play in the SEC, the tournament comes up. We're live with the Mizzou Tigers this week from Nashville, Tennessee. We've also got state basketball championships in Springfield. It's one of our bigger and often more enjoyable weeks of the local sports year. So stay tuned for all the coverage. We'll see you throughout the week. Thanks for watching tonight, everybody. So long.
From the Ford Sports